Waitress fixed the billionaire problem in seconds, and saved his millions of dollars, all gone shocked. She never expected to save a life that day. But as the billionaire collapsed in front of her, gasping for breath, Jenny had only seconds to act before his empire, and his life, would be lost forever. The diner was nearly empty when he walked in. Expensive suit, designer watch, but something was off. His eyes darted nervously, hands trembling as he ordered coffee. What Jenny didn't know was that in just minutes, this stranger would offer her a choice that would change both their lives forever. "You don't recognize me, do you?" he whispered, sliding a napkin with numbers scrawled across it. "I'm Marcus Reeves. And by tomorrow morning, everything I've built will be gone, unless you help me." Jenny had always been just another small-town waitress with big dreams and bigger debts. Her apartment was falling apart, and her student loans were crushing her. But she had something this billionaire desperately needed, something worth millions to him. "They're watching my every move," Marcus explained, voice barely audible. "My own brother has betrayed me. He's working with them to steal everything." The betrayal cut deeper than any knife. Marcus had raised his younger brother after their parents died, put him through college, given him a top position at Reeves Enterprises. Now Jacob was the mastermind behind a plot to drain the company accounts and frame Marcus for fraud. "Why me?" Jenny asked, heart pounding. "Why trust a complete stranger?" His eyes met hers. "Because sometimes strangers are the only people we can trust." What happened next would test everything Jenny believed about herself. With corporate spies watching Marcus's every move and millions disappearing by the hour, she became his unlikely ally in a high-stakes game of corporate espionage. "I need you to deliver this flash drive," he explained, pressing it into her palm. "It contains evidence that will save my company. But if they catch you with it..." He didn't need to finish. The threat hung in the air between them. As days passed, their connection deepened. Marcus wasn't the cold, calculating billionaire the media portrayed. He was broken, vulnerable, a man who'd sacrificed everything for success only to be betrayed by those closest to him. "I haven't slept in my own bed for weeks," he confessed one night as they pored over financial records in a motel room. "I don't know who I am anymore without the company." Jenny touched his hand. "Maybe that's exactly what you need to figure out." The moment their fingers intertwined, something shifted. In the midst of chaos, they found something neither expected, a connection that transcended their differences. But Jacob was always one step ahead. When Jenny finally reached the attorney's office with the evidence, she walked straight into a trap. "Did my brother really convince you he's the victim here?" Jacob laughed, blocking her exit. "Poor, naive little waitress. You have no idea what he's capable of." The truth hit her like a physical blow. What if she'd been wrong about Marcus? What if she'd been manipulated from the start? With her back against the wall and everything on the line, Jenny made a split-second decision that would either save Marcus, or destroy him completely. Using the skills she'd learned waiting tables, reading people, anticipating needs before they were spoken, she spotted the one weakness in Jacob's carefully constructed plan. A simple detail everyone had overlooked. "The timestamps," she whispered, suddenly understanding. "They don't match." In that moment, everything changed. The evidence she discovered in seconds took down the entire conspiracy. Marcus's millions were saved, the betrayers exposed, and the truth finally revealed. What Jenny hadn't told Marcus was that she wasn't just any waitress. Before drowning in student debt, she'd been 3 credits shy of completing her forensic accounting degree. Those skills had lain dormant, waiting for the moment they'd truly matter. The transfers to offshore accounts, she explained to the stunned executives and attorneys gathered in the emergency board meeting. They all happened during Marcus's charity gala in Chicago, when his authentication codes were locked in the company safe. Someone else accessed them. Jacob's face drained of color as security escorted him from the building. But the betrayal went deeper than anyone imagined. It wasn't just Jacob, Marcus realized later that night, as they combed through the recovered files in his office. Rain lashed against the floor-to-ceiling windows, the city lights blurred beneath them. My CFO, my head of security, people I've trusted for years. Jenny watched him struggle with this new reality. Sometimes we build walls so high to keep out strangers that we don't see the danger already inside. The weeks that followed were a whirlwind. Jenny found herself thrust into a world of wealth and privilege she'd only glimpsed from behind a coffee pot. News outlets clamored for interviews with the waitress who saved a fortune. Job offers flooded in. But fame came with a price. Paparazzi camped outside her apartment. Online trolls questioned her motives, suggesting she'd seduced Marcus for his money. Her co-workers at the diner treated her differently, some with awe, others with resentment. I don't belong in your world, she told Marcus one evening as they walked along the riverfront, her words visible in the cold air. I'm just a small-town girl who got lucky. Marcus stopped, turning to face her. You think this is about luck? Jenny, you saw what everyone else missed. You risked everything for someone you barely knew. That's not luck, that's extraordinary. He reached into his pocket, pulling out a small velvet box. Jenny's heart stopped. It's not what you think, he said softly, opening it to reveal a key. This is to my lake house upstate. I'm going there to figure out who I am without the empire, without the name. I'd like you to come with me, not as my savior or my employee, but as my equal. The choice before her seemed impossible. Return to her old life as if nothing had happened? Accept one of the corporate positions now being offered? Or take a chance on something real with a man who'd seen her, truly seen her, when she was invisible to everyone else? Months later, as they stood on the balcony of his penthouse, Marcus took her hand. You saved more than my company that day, he said softly. You saved me. Jenny smiled. Maybe we saved each other. Sometimes life's greatest turning points happen in the most ordinary places. A waitress. A billionaire. A chance encounter that changed everything. If you felt something watching this story, hit that like button and subscribe to see more incredible journeys like this one. And let us know in the comments, what country are you watching from? Your support means the world to us.